In the last couple of years, we've had the largest ever freshman class the last two seasons. That has been a great accomplishment for our institution, especially when most institutions across the nation are facing an enrollment cliff and the numbers are going down. We've been fortunate enough to have a tool to help us maintain and excel in what we've been doing. It's been very nice to be able to celebrate largest freshman classes ever at UTC those last 2 years. My name is Tonia Martin. I work at the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga. I am our Director of Strategic Enrollment Technology. I think Reach was critical in us being able to say that we've had those two largest classes that we've ever had, because we've been able to talk to the student where they're at the right time, but also talk to their parents and talk to them not only through email but through text, and be able to really show them what UTC is all about, and do that in a timely manner and strategically plan for, based on where they are at in their recruitment cycle and in their admission cycle, what kind of messaging do they need to see from UTC to convince them that we're the institution for them. On our campus, our team is responsible for pulling in all application data, so we use Apply also. Our team brings in the applications every day, processes them, but also does all the outbound marketing that goes out through real-time marketing and Anthology Reach. So on a daily basis, we're talking to students through text, through the real-time marketing, but also bringing in applications, bringing in data from lots of different sources for prospective students, and then using Reach to help us communicate with those students exactly where they're at and in the right time. One of the things is we have to be sure to tell our story, and by using Anthology Reach and being able to target the students and know about them and talk to them where they're at based on the type of student they are and things they're interested in, we're able to tell our story a lot better than we had in previous products. I would have to say being able to integrate the texting along with the emails and be able to see that complete customer journey, and it being based on Microsoft Dynamics, in Outlook you can see all that conversation that's happened, whether it's a text, whether it's an email, individually to that office, or a mass email that we've sent out. But to be able to have that whole complete story there, so when you are talking to a student, you can look back and go, oh, you just talked to so-and-so about this issue. Let me see what else I can do. For all that to be stored in one place was a first for us. And so I think it has really been able to propel us to be able to talk a little bit more intelligently when you're talking to a student, not just about what documents do we have that are yours, but, oh, we can see you've already signed up for orientation. Oh, we can see you have already emailed in and asked this question. Here, did you get an answer to that question? What else can I help you with? And so having all of that communication in that one spot, to be able to see it and really kind of debrief a little bit on that student before you go in and have to answer the question, I think it has allowed us to do a little bit better job on the front end in helping our students to get enrolled. Our placement of being in enrollment management instead of just a true IT shop or just in admissions lets us bridge that gap a little bit better, and I think speak to the technical people that we need to talk to in IT to make things happen behind the scenes some, but also talk to those functional users on the ground. I personally have a background in admissions work and financial aid and student affairs, so I'm able to really spread that knowledge and talk to different people about really, well, what you're doing, here's how it can help with enrollment, here's how it can help with retention, and explain to them how the product can help them do that. So I think at UTC we work with a little bit of everybody on campus, and so it's very interesting because I may be working with the Department of Music one moment trying to promote one of their ensembles, then I may switch over and I'm working with the Department of Industrial Organizational Psychology to promote a conference that they're doing, to then working with admissions and then financial aid, and so I end up working across not only just the undergraduate sphere of the university, but also the graduate programs, and promoting different events they may be having, tours they may be giving for the college level, to department level tours. So I think in a week, I would say I touch just about every college on campus and most every division on campus, because the variety of things that the Anthology Reach is able to support and promote is pretty vast. When we transitioned over to Reach about 4.5 years ago at this point, it was great, and we chose Reach because of the help that they were going to give us in moving our data. We didn't want to start over. You want to be able to take what you were already, the data you already had in the prior product, and be able to use it in Reach, helping us move the data over, make decisions about what data we wanted to move and what data we didn't want to move that wasn't going to be valuable. And we were able to fully implement both Apply and Reach basically in about 8 to 9 months, because we had a very short timeline to go live for a certain term that I really wanted to hit with undergraduate and graduate both. We were able to accomplish that. I just kind of set the goal and they were, well, that might be a little quick. I was like, we can do it. But the support that Anthology gave us to be able to, well, here's an idea of how we can do this. Because of course, every school implements a little differently. And Reach is great because it is so powerful and so much that you can customize what you need. We'd bring up a use case of here, this is the way our campus operates and these are procedures we're not going to be able to change. How can we solve this? And so working through the process of coming up with the creative solutions to be able to do things that other campuses had not done, but were capable of being handled in Reach. And we just kind of had to work through some scenarios, but we were able to come out with a product, I think, that has impacted enrollment and has continued our institution to excel. Some of the things that I'm thinking about is doing an integration between Reach and Engage. So our campus doesn't have Blackboard and we're not a student customer, but we do have those two products. I've got an idea that I want to explore over the next year to maybe take all the current student events that are happening in Engage and use my prospect data from the students about what a student might be interested in coming to, to UTC, and they're interested in esports. Well, great. We had these 4 activities this last year specifically catering to esports students. So if I could customize emails based on, here are some events we've had in the past that you might be interested in joining next year. That kind of messaging and that kind of specificity that I could get to with a student, I think tells our story better and might help me sell UTC a little bit more. So that's one of the neat projects that I'm thinking about doing in the next year.